Narcissist Seduction, Episode 25. It was a little after 11 p.m. Wynne had stayed away from drinking any more wine in case it became necessary for him to saddle up and ride to Ashleigh's rescue. She had called him twice in the last 15 minutes. In both of the conversations she was incoherent, her words twisted and engulfed in racking sobs as she cried down the phone. He had tried his best to soothe her, to try and ascertain if something else had happened that had triggered this further eruption of emotion, but she had made no sense. Twice she had ended the call, although he suspected she had done so by accident, as shortly thereafter she had telephoned him again, more or less straight away. Now she had called a third time and was continuing to cry down the telephone. The wailing noises had receded, and now it was a wordless collection of sniffs and sobs. Wynne said nothing, his phone pressed to his ear, waiting for the first recognizable word to be issued by Ashleigh as he gave her time to think, time to recover. She continued to make slight whimpering sounds as if her lower lip was trembling. He wondered whether he ought to just go to her, but it was now late, and there was every likelihood that if he drove there, he would arrive when Peter was there. There would be no reasonable excuse for such a late attendance, and he would inevitably be suspicious about Wynne being there. He was worried, though. Her repeated wailing and sobbing and bouts of incoherence had nearly caused him to ring for an ambulance. Her usual glacial calmness had been shattered, blown apart by this manifestation of what appeared to be hysteria, and he was concerned for her safety and well-being. Wynne swallowed. His throat was dry, and he desperately wanted a drink. He would not move or put the phone down until he was sure that she had calmed down. He felt anger rising inside of him. How dare this bastard leave her in such a state, his beautiful Ashleigh, reduced to howling down the telephone in terror at her husband's brutal behaviour. Wynne noticed that his free hand had curled into a fist, and he opened his fingers, seeking to remain calm. "I love you," she said, after a minute of low sobs. "I love you too." "Please don't ever leave me, Ian. I won't survive without you." "I won't. I'm yours." "Always?" "Always." "Why?" "Because I love you." "Why?" "Because you are wonderful, beautiful, scintillating and caring, intelligent and funny. Shall I go on?" "Yes, don't stop." "I love you because you are so elegant. I love you because you know which grape is used to make Chablis. I love you because you drink San Pellegrino mineral water but never burp." A small laugh sounded down the phone. "Go on." "I love the freckles on your shoulders and the way your nose turns up." "It's a ski slope. A beautiful ski slope." "Tell me more," she urged. "I love you for the way you glide. I love you for the scent that you wear, and I love you for the way that you like to eat from jars." "You remember everything, don't you, you wonderful, wonderful man." "I love you for the passion in your kiss. I love you for your failure to indicate when driving, and I love you for the way that you hold my hand." "Why aren't you here with me now?" "I love you because your hair won't stay straight once it has been washed. I love you because you are a wonderful mother. I love you because you show a tenderness and love for me that I have never known." "Yes, I do." "I'll always love you, Ashleigh, and I promise I will protect you from any harm. Your nightmare will soon be over. I've got you." "I know. God has sent you." There was a pause, and he heard her sniff again. "Did you speak to your mother?" "Yes, I've told her." "You told her about it all?" Yes, I told her everything she needed to know. Good. What did she say? There was a pause. Not a lot, really. I was upset, and she spent most of her time trying to calm me down and was asking about the children. She was more concerned about how they were than me. Okay. You will call her tomorrow? Yes. Wynne noticed that her words were slurred. Ashleigh, have you had a drink? No, not at all. I don't drink when I'm looking after the children. You do sound a little worse for wear, you know, said Wynne gently. It's because I'm tired. It's just that. Have you been drinking? I've had just one glass, replied Wynne. Just the one glass? Yes. Sure about that? She challenged. Very sure, answered Wynne firmly. Don't lie. I'm not. I was going to have another drink, but then thought that I had better not in case I had to drive to you. All right, I believe you. So you will speak to my mother tomorrow? Yes, I will. Thank you. You know that poem that you wrote to me, the one about me in a green dress? Mm-hmm. Read it to me now. I need to hear it. It will get me through tonight. Wynne walked over to the sideboard and opened a drawer. He removed the notepad and flicked through the pages which contained the many ideas and jottings that formed the various voicemails that he left each day for her. Here it is, he said. He began to read the words slowly, letting the carefully created sentences roll down the phone. After 3 lines, he could hear Ashleigh crying once again, but he continued. Softly, he read to her, and she listened, her intermittent cries combining with his delivery. The tone of her sadness had changed, however. Her tears now seemed born of hope rather than despair. Wynne finished his reading and waited. So beautiful, my amazing creative man, she said quietly. Thank you, said Wynne. He placed the notebook down. You will get me away from here, won't you? She asked. Yes. We can look for somewhere to live, not around here. This is his domain. I want to be closer to the city, or maybe to the north of the city. I would like that. A house that is old, with lots of character, she described, strength returning to her voice. A sanctuary for you and I where nobody can touch us. Yes, I know that with you beside me, nothing can hurt me. That's absolutely right, said Wynne. Work with my mother. Find a way to get me out of all of this. Please, I haven't got the strength to do it myself. We will sort it out. Do you promise? I promise. I'll speak to your mum tomorrow, and we'll come up with a plan of action. Leave it to us. Thank you. Thank you. Look, it's late. Then you'll be exhausted after all of this emotion. No, I'm fine. I'm used to having no sleep. It comes with having a small child. Sure, but he's asleep now, isn't he? Yes, he is, bless him. Then you should go to sleep. Wynne was mindful that if perhaps she was asleep, then Peter would be inclined to leave her alone. I don't think I can fall asleep. I'm too worried. I know, but it'll all feel worse if you're exhausted. Honestly, it's fine, really. Please, at least go and lie down. I will, in a bit. Where are you? My favourite place when I speak to you. The top of the stairs? Said Wynne. Where it all began, she answered. Yes, I often picture you there, sat texting me. I feel that you're with me for some reason when I am sat here. That's good. I always like to picture where you are when I speak with you, said Wynne. There was no response from Ashleigh. Ashleigh? Oh, God, he's back. He's back. He's pulled into the drive. I have to go. The line went dead.